Thing you're going to want to use on the AEK-971 is the TR1 Thermal 1.25 XI, at least for me, because I have a hard time seeing people in this game. I do like to run thermals most of the time, but when people do throw smoke grenades, I do also like to have a non-thermal sight to back up onto, or when I'm playing Stadium. And in that case, I would always use the Kate Hollow on my second slot, or if you don't like using thermals, and I know on some of these maps you can't really use thermals because the heat signatures is all over the place. But yeah, I use the Kate Hall on my second slot in case, again, for all those above reasons. It's also, like I said, it's a good site, and I don't think, well, I mean, if you guys wanted to run something else, I mean, the reflex is also pretty good on the AEK as well, but for me, the Kate Hollow, I just like the way it feels on it. And then we have in the third slot the T4 Thermal 2.5X sight. I normally put this sight on to help with shooting people at medium range to long range. It also helps for again being able to see people, especially people that are not moving, because I know sometimes in this game the oops, sorry, excuse me. The red logo and the red bar that normally appears above people's heads or whatever doesn't always show up at even at long range, or especially at long range. But yeah, that's why I run the T4 thermal to help with that in the third slot. And then for the first barrel attachment, you're going to want to run tactical compensator. I want to increase my accuracy as much as possible. That's why I like to run it. And on the FOV that I play with, it's not really hard to control the recoil. But another great option is the Arkham tactical muzzle brake. The AEK, to be honest, in my opinion, probably doesn't really need the tactical compensator for most occasions anyways. I literally just have the tactical compensator on to help with beaming people at long range, because at close range the AEK is still pretty accurate. So if you wanted to run the Arkham tactical muzzle brake in the first slot, it's also really good with controlling the horizontal recoil on the AEK while you are pulling down to try to control the vertical recoil as you're shooting the AEK. And then for whatever reason, I have the 6KU suppressor in the second slot. To be honest, I don't ever really use a suppressor on this weapon, but in case I got a flank or something, I would want to put on the suppressor so I don't show up to people that are beyond 30 meters, I guess. I don't know. Suppressors are just stupid to me in this game, really. But anyways, yeah. If you just want to be stealthy, try to be stealthy when you're on a flank. Yeah, just use 6KU suppressor, or I know a lot of y'all like to run the rep suppressor, but for me, I don't like having the board velocity decrease. It really affects when you're in the middle of gunfights, especially when you're shooting at people who are also shooting at you with weapons that don't have a rep suppressor or the even heavier suppressors there in this game. And then for the first barrel attachment, you're going to want to run the BCG light grip. They just added this attachment onto the AEK, and I gotta be honest, the AEK is probably, without a doubt, top 5 weapon in the game right now. Like, ever since they added the BCG light grip, the gun is just it's absolutely insane, to be honest. Beforehand, what I used to run was laser sight in the first slot, because again, like I mentioned before, the AEK is pretty accurate even without any accuracy increasing attachments. But again, this is strictly to help with engaging in longer range gunfights. But again, like I said beforehand, I was using laser sight with tactical compensator to try to get a balance of both my accuracy and being able to, spray from the hip and be able to shoot people on the go. But no, just stick with the BCG light grip. The gun is absolutely insane with it on, especially when you run it in combination with the tactical compensator. And then for the first or second underbarrel attachment, I got a regular grenade launcher in case I need to finish someone off that happens to get away with a sliver health, or if I need to get rid of some camper, sitting in a corner that I know is there, I can pull this bad boy out and maybe kill him. Most of the time, you're probably just going to dish out a bunch of damage to someone that's sitting in a corner, but it's better than nothing, especially if you're trying to rush up and punish the guy for being a little wuss. But yeah. And then for the final underbarrel attachment, I just have the smoke grenade launcher. I don't see the point of using any of these other attachments. I mean, the BCG light grip literally makes it pointless to run the Cobra grip, in my opinion. So yeah, that's why I have the smoke grenade launcher in the third slot. There's really no point in running anything else here. Especially, and not to mention, the smoke grenade launcher is also great if you want to provide cover for you or your team to get revives or to push up if you don't have any smoke grenades on you currently. And then for the first magazine attachment, obviously you're going to want to use the standard issue extended mag. Most of the time, I don't even get to use any of the other ammo types because I die before I'm able to even use anything else. Of course, if you're going on a big kill streak or if the enemies are just absorbing too many bullets, you could always just run the regular standard issue magazine in the second slot for backup ammo if you run out of ammo. And then if you somehow run out of ammo in that, I have the new attachment, the standard issue underloaded magazine, which I like how fast the reload is with this magazine attachment, but what I don't like is the fact that it's only got 25 bullets. I mean, most of the time when you're shooting at enemies, you're probably only going to be able to kill like maybe one or two people with a 25 magazine because, well, you know how this game is sometimes. Despite the gun being highly accurate, the gun just spray all over the place or just might be a hit mark machine just on rare special occasions when, you're trying not to die. But yeah, I just have this new magazine attachment in the third slot in case I run out of ammo. But which, for the most part, again, you're not going to run out of ammo anyways, especially if you're running assault. But I guess this is also great to have for if you're playing any of the other classes, which I wouldn't even recommend using the AEK on Engineer. But if you want to use it with like Falk on support or one of the recon classes, specifically Blasco, then it's also great to have this extra backup ammo. Anyways, that's all that's going to do it for this part of the video. If you guys would not mind, please make sure to smash the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would greatly appreciate it. I have not played this game in about a few months, so the gameplay is going to be a bit rusty after this, so my apologies. I did the best I could with what I had, and yeah, I just hope you guys still enjoy.
Enemy fire! We gotta jump! Keep an eye out. Down by home. I'm reloading! Enemy down! We don't quit! Target eliminated! One down! Heavy is hot! One down! Tango eliminated.
3/4 of our resources are lost.
70 meters away from me. I'll be fine. Reloading!
eliminated! Need to reload! Enemy spotted! Enemy soldier! Forward! Tango sighted! Tango back! Threat eliminated! Reloading!
Stay away! Keep
Recover! I'm reloading! Target eliminated! Out of ammo! Got to reload!
Ветер, сюда! Меня задели! Помоги!